Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the June 26th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments from the message. And if you find the message of use, please be so kind as to like the video. Thank you for that. Here we go. The title: Sandcastles on the Beach. Paragraph 1. Regardless of how long children entertain themselves building sandcastles on the beach, there always comes a time when they get tired of the activity. They then leave the castles to dissolve back into the sand. Equally so, no matter how much time, focus, and energy we have dedicated to the ego's delusional mindset, sooner or later we will tire of its results. This is when we will start looking for a better, more productive way of interacting with ourselves and others. People who deviate from their sacred and loving co-design with the divine are just playing a child's imaginary game. God is love in all. Thus, anything apart from love is illusionary in nature, nothing not real or true. Today, if you find yourself immersed in the ego's delusions, do not despair. Simply recall that God can and will use all, even our silly little mind games, for good, to help us grow, heal, and awaken. Paragraph 2. Today, let us notice the difference between building a foundation on the sandy pillars of the ego's mindset or the rock-solid foundation of the love of God. What is of God is love-centered and eternal. It is what we have come here to physically manifest and share. What is of the ego is temporal in nature. It holds no power other than the power that we give to it. The ego and its tools and mindset are nothing, being in opposition to love, God, all. This is why when we align with a judgment-centric, fear-based ideology, we feel disillusioned and unfulfilled. The ego and its tools being nothing can never fulfill you. Let us no longer invest in what offers us no return. Instead, let us choose to align our mind with the mind of God and on solid ground through the energy of love as our constant companion. Build a world that our children can prosper in and truly enjoy. Okay. Sandcastles on the beach. Okay, today I'm going to make 5 points that I trust will assist both of us in the implementation of today's daily inspiration. Point number 1. Let us note, and I'm equating sandcastles to the ego's mindset, because God is love in all, so that's all that's truly real, the love in us, and love's expressions, such as peace, compassion, joy, healing. That's what's real. That's what we're here to do. But there's the ego's mindset, the sandcastles. And inside that sandcastles, there's energies and emotions that try to place themselves in opposition to love, to all. But because this is love in all, this must be nothing, not real or true. And so what lies in the sandcastle are our judgments of self and others, our anger, our hatred, our resentment, our guilt, our shame, our anxiousness, our fears. That's all resides within the ego sandcastle. And so in point number 1, let us remember we do not want the temporal. We're not here to express temporal into the world. We're not here to add darkness to darkness. We're here to be the light of the world. And so in point number 1, remind yourself, okay, I'm here to be the eternal, not the temporal. I'm not here to build some kind of emotional sandcastles for the ego's mindset. I'm here to place that aside, let the children play with that, and align with the love of God and be that love for my brothers and sisters. Okay, that's point number 1. Point number 2. Okay, no matter how deep you get into playing in the sandcastle, no no matter how complicated or how intriguing the story, the ego's fairy tale might appear to be, don't despair if you find yourself there. Just remind yourself, okay, wait a second. Only God love is real. And so God must be using this story to, in some way, shape, or form, remind me that I don't belong there. So in some way, shape, or form, God is going to use this, the ego's sandcastles, to help me awaken to who I truly am. And so I don't have to punish myself for being here. I don't have to punish my brothers and sisters for being here, attached to the sandcastles of the ego's mindset. I just have to remember, wait a second, I'm going to use this. This is going to be used in some way, shape, or form for my good, to help me grow, heal, and awaken. So thank you, situation, whatever that may be. And equally have the same grace for your brothers and sisters who are playing with the sandcastle. That's point number 2. Do not punish yourself if you're in the delusional mindset. Just catch yourself and remind yourself that, you know what, this is going to be used for in some way, shape, or form for my good. So I don't have to punish myself for being here right now. Okay, point number 3. Let us always remind ourselves that there are 2 foundations we can build a world on. The rock solid foundation of love, where peace of mind results, where true joy comes from, where love shines from us onto the world. That's the foundation of love that we can choose from. Or we can also choose from the sandy foundation of the ego. And it's free will. But sooner or later, you'll hit your head enough times on the wall that you'll realize, you know what, I don't want this anymore. And so just remind yourself that in every situation, I can choose between a rock solid foundation or a sandy foundation. A solid foundation or something that just crumbles in this world. One foundation the ego's foundation will bring you disillusionment, will make you feel unfulfilled. Because no matter how much time, focus, and energy you invest in the story, it's never going to fulfill you, because that is not what you're here for. Only what you're here for is what's going to fulfill you. And the road to that place within you that will show you what you're here for is to align with the mind of God and do whatever love would do in those moments. And that's the foundation that brings true hope to you. That's the foundation that truly fulfills you, when you're doing in each and every moment what you came here to do, to represent that loving light in this world. So that's point number 3. You have those 2 choices. You can build on rock or you can build on sand. And then point number 4, let us use this daily inspiration to remind ourselves in point number 4, before every interaction or going into any situation, to remind ourselves that we can build on rock. We have free will. We can choose peace instead of the story. We can be a light of hope instead of continuing to walk in the darkness of the ego's mindset. And so let us remind ourselves in point number 4, before every interaction, okay, I'm going into the situation with person A and B. I'm here to be a rock, to build my foundation on rock. So I'm going to offer my brother or sister, or the situation, whatever form of light that I can be in the situation, to my brothers and sisters. If my brothers and sisters are stuck in the story, feeling judgmental, angry, resentful, I can be in that moment a light that reminds them that forgiveness is available to them. And that if they forgive instead of judge, they don't have to carry the heavy burden of judgment. They can let it go and return to the state of peace. And so that's in point number 4. Before every interaction, let us let us remind ourselves, I can build my foundation on solid ground, so let me do that. And then the last point is simply to offer gratitude to those brothers and sisters who showed you that what you did not want. Okay, I was in a situation, my brother and sister acted in this manner, and that manner brought nobody to the state of peace. That manner brought no kind of joy to them, or even to myself. And so, thank you, person A or B, for showing me what I do not want, because that only helps me realize or become clear to what I do want, to what I do want to represent. I don't want to represent judgment. I don't want to represent resentment or hatred or shame or guilt or doubt or fear. That's not what I'm here for. Thank you for showing me that. Thank you for being an example of what I do not want. Thank you for being an example of who I did not come here to be, because it helps clarify to you who you did come here to be. You did come here to be an expression of forgiveness, hope, healing, charity, joy, peace. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for. And so in point number 5, we simply offer gratitude to all those the ego would have us condemn. And so that's what we do in point number 5. All right, those are the 5 points. I trust it will in some way, shape, or form assist you and myself too. And thank you so much for your time. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.